Hey everyone, my name is Chris Lambert, and on this channel we talk Kanye West. And in this episode, we have a little bit of a Donda update. It's a surprise Donda update and a little bit of a sneaky Donda update, because you can see Kanye made this tweet that just said James Terrell Amphitheater Sketch. And it's one of many he's made in the last 24 hours, just kind of showing off things that he's been working on, including these like strange but awesome shoes. So you click on it just thinking like, okay, I'll check this out because Kanye tweeted it. Of course I'm going to check it out. And up here you see what looks to be a track list for Donda. And you're like, oh man, okay. And that's because this is the first time in a few weeks that Kanye has even tangentially mentioned Donda existing, right? Ever since the release date came and passed, he's just kind of been silent, tweeting about all sorts of other things, but not about the album. We've had to rely on Casey Pluto, Boo, other people flying in and out of Wyoming to kind of have any sort of inkling about where the album's at, since Kanye won't really tell us anything. So is this just left in the photo? Is it strategically placed in the photo? Is this rock on there because there's a breeze coming in and the folder might open? Or is it just there because, you don't get to see all of the track list? Who knows? But what we can see of the track list here, you can see there's a little bit of a closer up picture here, is I Feel Like That, Future Bounce, 24, Hurricane, Wash Us in the Blood, In God's Country, and God's Country, which is a little different from what we had seen before. Like, this was the initial tweet and initial track list. And you can see I Feel Terrific and Future Bounce were there. 24 was above them. In God's Country and God's Country were both down here, but more in the middle of the album, with Hurricane coming up at the end. So now that's kind of been flipped on its head a little bit. Hurricane's moved up. Wash Us in the Blood wasn't there at all, and now is in the track list or whatever this might be. And In God's Country and God's Country are kind of at the end, which goes a little bit to support the theory. Some people were thinking this might be two albums, right? That you could have Donda and God's Country as a second album. And here we're seeing a little bit of that divide, with In God's Country and God's Country being the termination point. And you can see at this sheet of paper down here, Eternal Life being another song. And I don't think Eternal Life was ever mentioned on any of the other track lists, right? No. So that's interesting, because where's that coming from? What is that in relation to? People have pointed out this zip drive is usually used for samples or transferring music. So the fact that that's sitting there, is this a clue that the music is coming along? You can see one of the drives in right now that's Sunday service from January, February, March, April 26, 2019. Is he sampling something there or just playing back music? Like, that's pretty fascinating to see too. And then the Switch controllers, the sunglasses case, guitar string, skin cream. But it definitely seems like there's still, if this page is at the top of the folder, some progress being made on Donda. That the album has not just completely gone to the wayside, is out of Kanye's thoughts. It seems like something is still in store for us. Is it going to be the tremendous track list that we initially saw? Maybe not, but are we going to get something? It seems that way, and that would be fantastic. There was also this story too. Anderson .Paak left a studio session with Kanye West and Dr. Dre to be on The Price is Right, and he was saying that the studio session was in January. So that was when Dre was supposedly working on Jesus is King 2, before we even knew God's Country, then renamed Donda, was going to be a thing. So it kind of comes back to the fact that we don't know how many projects Kanye currently has. Did Jesus is King become God's Country, which became Donda? Is Jesus is King 2 still a separate thing that has its own set of features and artists involved? Did God's Country and Donda become one album and now is back to two albums? Who knows? But we will hopefully be finding out sometime in this next week or two more information regarding the album, because by all accounts of the people that have been talking on it, that have been involved, it's almost there, right? Soon is the word that keeps being used. So hopefully sooner rather than later. And that's it. not a 30-minute episode, a 5-minute episode. If you want to support the channel, the easiest way is liking, subscribing, and commenting. Those things tell YouTube that this is a channel people enjoy, so then they show it to more people, which helps us out a lot. And then if you want to support us more strongly, the thing that we're most well known for is our line-by-line analysis of Kanye's discography, going song by song, album by album through his whole thing, except for Watch the Throne and Cruel Summer. So if you have a song that you love, that you've always wanted to know more about and have a deeper connection to, we have an episode for you. If there's a song that you've always kind of been iffy on or hated and want to see if you'll like it better, we have an episode for you. And any albums, same thing. So if you want a deeper understanding about an artist that you love, I recommend going to patreon.com/Kanye podcast and signing up. $5 a month gets you 100+ episodes and 200 hours of content. We also have our Jesus is King episodes available for free on our Apple Podcasts, Spotify page. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, they're there. Just look up Watching the Throne. They're even on our YouTube channel, so you can listen that way. And then if you want to support my literary career, I write novels. Second one just came out a couple months back, and there'll be links down in the description for book 1 and book 2. Killer and Victim and Killer Unconquered, both just pretentious literary fiction, you know? So that's all I got today. Until next time, stay wavy and keep it loopy. Cheers.